Hey guys, my name is Confident. Welcome to the 24-minute lesson excerpt where I will be sharing with you some ideas, some methods, some strategies or concepts that you can incorporate as you prepare for your final exams, be it you're studying for your mathematics N1, your N2 or your N3. Now, if these videos are handy and you are benefiting from them, you can actually press the like button, or if you've got some ideas, you can leave some comments below. If you also like to be notified of extra videos every time we post them, you can subscribe to our channel and then you'll get some notification every time there are new videos. And also, if you are interested in some of our resources, be it textbooks and some videos, you can check this at the end of this video. We will send you some information. Now let's check this concept out. In algebra, being able to expand is very important, as well as after expanding, being able to simplify. It is a concept that you will always be tested in your exam as you prepare for your exams. And this question is a mathematics N1 question. You can find it in N2 and N3, but mainly it is mathematics N1. Now in N1, what am I trying to show you here? I'm showing you the skill that you need for expanding as well as for simplifying. Now let us look at this example below. It says remove the brackets. To remove the bracket is what they mean when they say expand, and then and simplify the following. So which means you will remove the bracket as well as simplify. Now when you're given a question like this, there is a way for you to remove this bracket, and you can always grab hold of the lesson where I teach how to expand or how to open the bracket. But in brief, this is what you're supposed to do. Now this y, in this case, the y will multiply the y squared, and the y again will multiply the minus 3y. Don't forget, the sign there is always important. It will not only multiply 3y, but it will multiply the minus 3y, and the y again will multiply minus 10y, not just 10y. In the same manner, the not 3 but the whole of minus 3, I emphasize here on the signs because if you ignore the signs you'll get this wrong. The minus 3 will multiply the y squared. Now it's y squared, meaning that there is a positive sign in there if they are not showing you any sign. And the minus 3 again will multiply the whole of minus 3, and the minus 3 will multiply the minus 10 in this case. So this is how the expanding here, when they say remove the bracket, you are supposed to do. Now let us do it a step at a time. Let's start with the top one. We are saying equal to the y times the y squared. So the y, now there is already a squared. I'm multiplying with another y. It will become the y cubed, not 3y but the y cubed, because now there are 3. And then the y times the minus 3y. Now there are 2 of the y's, but the sign doesn't change. It is minus 3y, but now it is a squared because the y times y, it's squared. And then the y times the minus 10, the negative does not change, but now it becomes negative 10y. So that is the first part. We say that we have distributed the y. Now let's distribute the minus 3. It is minus 3 times y squared. The negative has a power, so it is negative 3y squared. Remember, y was positive in this case. And minus 3 times minus 3, you take a calculator in this case, and you say minus 3 times minus 3, you can see that it is a positive 9. So it's positive 9. Don't forget the y because it's minus 3 times minus 3y. You saw that I never mentioned the y because when you're multiplying, it's only, in this case, if it's just a number, it's only the numbers that are multiplying themselves. Again, minus 3 times minus 10, you can use my calculator to say, you can use actually and say minus 3 times minus 10, it becomes a positive 30 in this case. That's what you are having. when you have managed to do this, remember they say remove the brackets, so you'll get the mark just for removing the brackets, but this is not the final answer. The next part says and simplify. So this is now the second part where you need to be careful that you need to move further and simplify. So we say this is equal to, what do they mean when they say simplify? In this stage, they mean collect like terms. So you are collecting like terms. So when you are collecting like terms, what you're focusing on things that are the same. You check if ever you have got y cubed where there is the power 3. If you don't have it, it is final. You write it as y cubed because there is nothing else that is similar or that is the same as y cubed. You move on to check if ever you have got something similar with the y squared. So now you're like, oh, I've got a squared there and I've got a squared there. So you can see that I have got this part. Don't forget the sign because the sign is always important. And I've got this part. Again, the sign is important. So let me bring it together. It will be minus 3y squared and minus 3y squared. That's what they mean when I say collect like terms. I've collected these together. And then I move on and check again. The one to do with the y, so you can see that I've got minus 10y plus 9y. I'm going to bring it together as minus 10y plus 9y. So you see that the number moves with the sign. So the sign is the one that is before the number. So whatever sign you have before the number, it moves with that number. And then after that, the last part I have, you can see just I have only one number, which is plus 30. Then I continue to simplify this. Now if I simplify this, it will be, as you see, that y cubed is alone. Now I can use my calculator if ever you're struggling with the addition and subtraction. Look, it's minus 3y squared minus 3y squared. Just ignore the y squared and just say minus 3 minus 3. That's what you must focus on. It is minus 6. So you write it as minus 6, but you just maintain the y squared. That's how you're doing it. You move on to say minus 10y plus 9. You take a calculator and say minus, you can even use this one, minus 10 plus 9. You focus on the numbers only. It says minus 1. So you have got minus 1. You maintain the variable there, which is a y. And then plus 30. So now, if you look at this kind of the simplified solution, now you have got y cubed, the power of 3. You have got the power of 2. You have got just y and 30. There is nothing further you can do to this problem. It has simplified further. It has gone to the last part. Don't be tempted now to add y cubed and y squared and y and 30. This is the final. So the answer is that. So this is what they mean when they say simplify. Now, for interest sake, you might say, I want to check my answer. Check your answer. Now, if you want to check your answer in this case, you might actually do a few, there's a small trick that I usually use to check if ever I did my expansion well. What I do is I can choose, for example, to say, let my x, in this case I'm dealing with y, and say, let y maybe be equal to 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my final solution. Where is y cubed? I'm going to put 2 cubed. I hope you see what I'm doing, because where there is y, I'm now substituting with a 2. So it's minus 6. I'll put a bracket and say where there is y now is 2 cubed. I'm putting a bracket because of that 6. Minus 1, I'll put a 2 there, plus 30. You can see I'm doing what is called substitution. Then with the calculator, I'm going to say, I can even put a bracket and say 2 cubed, though it doesn't change anything, minus 6 bracket 2 squared minus 1 bracket 2 and then plus 30, and my answer in this case is 12. So you see that I'm getting a 12 here. Now the next thing I'm doing, I'll go back to my to the part, my original. So I'm going to say where there is y, I also put a 2, so it will be 2 minus 3, and on y squared it will be 2 squared minus 3y as 2 minus 10. Again, use my calculator. So I will have, in this case, 2 minus 3, close the bracket, open the bracket again, 2 squared minus 2 minus 10, and then close the bracket, and then you see the answer that I'm getting an answer of 12. So in this case, this is equal to 12. So if you see that the two answers, I got 12 in the first one, I got 12 in the second one, so which means whatever I simplified is still correct, because when I substitute, I get the same answer from the original. So it is a way of just testing your answers that you didn't change anything. I hope this strategy was of benefit to you. Thank you. I hope the video that you just watched was of benefit to you, and as I said, if you benefited from the video, you can press the like button or you can leave us a comment below, and if you want to be notified of these videos, you can always subscribe to our channel. Now if you want the full curriculum of this mathematics, if you're studying for mathematics N1, N2 or N3 and you want the textbook as well as the videos, we have a full curriculum of the mathematics N1, N2, N3 as well as the accompanying videos. We also have videos of the previous question papers, the latest papers that were written in video form. These question papers can assist you as you prepare for your exams. We also have PDF version of the previous question papers that were written since 2014 until now, and if you want them, you can check all the information from our website, and trust me, these will become very handy to you. We sell them at a very discounted prices, and it is worth the try. Thank you.